I don't know who elected AfroForum to go represent South Africa, but we know that they're not, they've said it so many times, they're not representing South Africa, they're representing the AfroForum, they're representing the racist people of this country.
Our mission here is to fight for the interests of the country, of South Africa, of its people, and for Afrikaners.
I'm asking myself, why is it our government allowing this lazy dang to go to America to go and mess up our country and destroy our country?
I saw when former Minister Naledi Pandor had a photo opportunity with the Iranian Prime Minister or leader. They saw a number of actions from South Africa, and that is why they decided to act.
In fact, stats just last week that show that, and these are police stats, that show that one farmer was killed in the third quarter of 2024-2025.
They are undermining our president, they are undermining our country, they are undermining everything that we're doing in this country. These people, when they get back to our country, they should be arrested. If the country does not call for these people to be arrested, these four or five people who went there to represent whatever AfroForum, how does DA become the second biggest party in the country? Where does the DA get the votes to become the second biggest party in this country? We should go there, build squatter camp around that village called Urania. They're saying a black person cannot buy a property there, you can't stay there. I don't want to lie, I am super disappointed about this gate in Mackenzie. Please, guys, my apology. Please take my apology. I know I chanted for him, but with whatever he's been doing, having coffee with AfroForum, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time watching this video. You could be watching from South America, you could be watching from North America, you could be watching from Asia, you could be watching from Australia, you could be watching from Europe, you could be watching from Africa, the mother continent, you could be watching from the Caribbean, you could be watching from anywhere around the world. You could be the first time you bump into my voice, it could be the first time you bump into my face, it could be the first time you bump into my YouTube channel. My name is Hlulani, Tsonga. I'm Prince from South Africa, from Zanzibar. You're probably asking yourself, what am I here for? I'm here to defend my country. I'm here to talk about what's happening around the world. I'm here to talk about what's happening in Africa, but most of all, I am here to talk about what's happening in my country. Guys, more than 77% of you guys, you are watching my content, but you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel. I don't know what you're waiting for, guys. So please, guys, kindly hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. So every time when I upload my videos, you could be the first one to get my videos, guys. Because I can see you guys that you have not hit that notification bell. That notification bell. Hit that notification bell, guys, because that's the only way you can get my videos every time I upload. Because if you don't hit up the notification bell, I'm going to upload a video. So I'm support, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Yeah, so guys, there's something that I want us to talk about, and yeah, there's something that I want us to talk about is that is this AfroForum, whatever they've been doing in the White House. I don't know who elected AfroForum to go represent South Africa, but we know that they're not, they've said it so many times, they're not representing South Africa, they're representing the AfroForum, they're representing the racist people of this country. So I'm asking myself, why is it our government allowing this lazy dang to go to America to go and mess up our country and destroy our country? We should not be allowing whatever they're doing to this country, guys. Before I even go deeper and talk about this, guys, there's actually 5 ways that you can support this channel. Yeah, so there's those super chats there, that the dollar sign, the thing that's written dollar sign there. You can support this channel, guys. Hit that dollar sign. You can contribute anything that you want to contribute to this channel. Any amount, it's welcome. 10 Rand, 50 Rand, whatever amount that you want to donate to this channel, you're welcome to donate to this channel, guys. And also leave my account somewhere there if you want to deposit direct straight to my account, because sometimes I'm a super chat, it could be very lit. Some people, they find it very challenging to use my super chats. Yeah, then the other way that you can support me, guys, there's also my PayPal account that you can do that. There's a link there. You can support me to my YouTube channel. Then the other way is that watch the video from the beginning to the end. Don't skip the advert, guys, so that you know that's how we get paid in this YouTube channel. And the other way that you can support me, guys, there's that join button that you can become a member. Just less than $2, just less than 30 Rand, guys. There's 3 packages packages there, so you can choose any package that you like to choose and support me, guys, and support this channel, guys. Let's get back to this topic of the AfroForum, guys. Maybe before I speak so much, guys, about this AfroForum, let me look for this clip. I want to play this clip. It's gonna be a bit longer, so I want you to watch this clip. I'm not gonna play the whole clip where I downloaded this clip. I'm just gonna, but it's gonna still gonna be a little bit longer. But I want you to listen to this, guys, before I say many things.
Well, AfriForum CEO Kali Kriel joins us now for more. And of course, Kali, a good evening to you. I believe that you are still in Washington, D.C. in the U.S. And perhaps a great place to start, Kali, would be for you to explain to us what it is this time that brings AfriForum all the way to Washington, D.C., the very purpose of that trip and discussions with Trump's administration and what you've shared with them from your perspective.
Yes, good evening, and well, it's good afternoon here in Washington. I'm here in front of the Capitol building. We just had a constructive meeting with senior representatives on the Foreign Affairs Committee of the House of Representatives. And it was good to hear firsthand what their views are. And of course, we had the opportunity to convey our views. Our mission here is to fight for the interests of the country, of South Africa, of its people, and for Afrikaners. Because the fact is, I've listened to some of the inserts here that says this is misinformation. The fact is, I just had a meeting with congressmen that said they've been monitoring what is happening in South Africa for many years now. They saw when former Minister Naledi Pandor had a photo opportunity with the Iranian Prime Minister or leader. They saw a number of actions from South Africa, and that is why they decided to act. These people that say we should not come here, we should just deny that everything is happening, think that's going to solve the problem. It's not going to solve it. It's going to make it worse. When we actually spoke to these House of Representatives members and told them, no, South Africa is saying it's just a big misunderstanding, it was actually, they laughed because they said, well, these are the facts. And they have a huge list that was taken up in a bowl to review their relationship with South Africa.
What is that list,
So they know these things.
What is in that list?
Well,
because we haven't even touched on expropriation. You've gone to relations with countries in the Middle East and a picture that Naledi Pandor took with the Iranian Prime Minister. So what is in that list of what they've been watching in South Africa?
Well, they've also been watching with regard to somebody like Julius Malema saying Boers must be killed, and also seeing that President Ramaphosa and ANC leaders were quiet in that regard. They weren't just quiet. Former of President Ramaphosa came to the US denying that there is something like farm murders. They read the Expropriation Act. They can read Section 12.3 and they can read Section 19.8 and see what the implications are. I wish these people that say we are spreading misinformation would take the time to go and read the Act for themselves. And remember, this is not just an issue that affects Afrikaners. If we look what happened in Zimbabwe, the poorest of the poor were hit hard. They have come to South Africa in millions because if you disrespect property rights, you destroy your economy, you get hyperinflation, you get joblessness. And the loyal thing for us to do, to fight for the people of South Africa, is to say, we need to stop this. We tried to speak to the president locally. He simply ignored us. And hopefully the pressure here would make them rethink on the terrible route they take in South Africa.
Yeah, I need to just step in the interest of time here, Kali. You mentioned in the list of concerns that have been watched by the U.S. government over years. You talk about utterances by Julius Malema that you say the U.S. believes encourage the killing of the farmer. But did you, in that interaction then with the administration representatives, mention and clarify the statistics around farm murders? In fact, stats just last week that show that, and these are police stats, that show that one farmer was killed in the third quarter of 2024-2025. One.
Yes, that's exactly the problem, that we have this misinformation from the Minister of Police. AfriForum has a list of all the farmers that were killed over the last 3 months. It is a total lie. We can give people names of people that were killed in this time. We can tell you about the tortures that they underwent. And this is exactly what makes us angry and what leads to the situation that we have to come here. Because locally there's denialism. Locally, the president refuses to speak to us or he ignores our letters when they do negotiate with us on the Anti-Afrikaans Bella Act that of course threatens our cultural existence because it wants to destroy Afrikaans schools. They did negotiate. It was mandated by President Ramaphosa. And in the end, after an agreement was reached, he said, no, he does not know about it. So he lied. He refuses to speak to us. And what do people think? Should we take that lying down? No, we won't. So we will take on this issue. It's not only in the interest of Afrikaners. We need to save our country. And to do that, there must be pressure on ANC leaders to get rid of these irresponsible policies. You are seeing our municipalities deteriorating. Service delivery to the poor is falling apart. And now you have these politicians that simply wants to blame someone else. It's time they take responsibility for the negative consequences of their behavior.
You mentioned one of the concerns being former DIRCO Minister Naledi Pandor's picture with the Iranian Prime Minister. And I'm curious then around AfriForum's position on the matter that South Africa has taken forward to the ICJ over the war in Gaza. And because for many pundits, at the core of why South Africa has lost critical funding to HIV patients is because, not just because of what has been put forward by AfriForum, but also because there is a sense that the real heart of the issue here is the issue at the ICJ. So is it possible that AfriForum is pandering to a much bigger narrative than just land expropriation and certainly local policy here in South Africa?
Well, remember, we don't have to inform the US what South Africa is doing on the international stage. They can see it for themselves. Our view is actually to say, let's put the interests of South African people first. If you do that, you would say, what is in the interest of our people? And then you would say, let's stay out of international fights. If you look at the place like India, they're part of BRICS, they trade with China, they trade with Russia, but they also have a good relationship with the USA because they don't involve themselves in that international conflict. We can have a good moral argument on what the foreign policy of our country should be. The biggest moral issue here is we have poverty in our country. We have unemployment in our country. We cannot afford, as an economy that's 0.4% of the world economy, to now and start get involved in fights with countries that are much bigger than us. So that is the real issue. Because of ideological reasons, ANC leaders have decided to put the citizens of South Africa's future at risk to get involved in those conflicts.
Okay.
And we should get out of that. We should not side with the US, but we should most definitely not side against them.
Okay, Kali, your point is made. Yeah, I need to move on. I think.
Very sad. I wonder who hired AfroForum to go and speak on behalf of South Africans. Who hired them? Who do they represent? Obviously, they don't represent we, the South African people. They represent the racist Afrikaners of this country. They are undermining our president. They are undermining our country. They are undermining everything that we're doing in this country. They should not be allowed to be doing whatever they're doing. Guys, I don't want to make this video very long, but they should not be allowed to be doing whatever they're doing to go against our country. It is very sad to see a racist, but we don't even know what they're discussing at Washington, D.C., at the White House. We don't know. Nobody knows what exactly they're discussing and whom they're discussing with. Whatever they're doing, this is treason, guys. These people, when they get back to a country, they should be arrested. If the country does not call for these people to be arrested, these four or five people who went there to represent whatever AfroForum, they should be arrested. If South Africa, if these people allow these people to enter back our country without being arrested when they get back to this country, you are part of the problem. We must call for these people to be arrested. Because look, we've got diplomatic channels that deals with whatever they're doing. We did not vote for them. We don't even know what the fuck is AfroForum. We did not vote for them to go and represent South Africa. At the world stage like this, they're going to the White House when they can see what is happening here. They've caused problems. Now they're running to the White House. We should not be allowing these things to be happening in our country, guys. We've got diplomatic channels that should be handling with this issue. Who voted for AfroForum to represent South Africa? And the DA is quiet because the DA is supporting this government of Trump. I wish that we could remove DA from this GNU government. Because let me tell you, since this GNU government started, we are facing so many problems. We are facing so many problems. Let me tell you, this AfroForum want to overthrow our government, and we should not be allowing these people to be doing whatever they're doing, because the plan is to withdraw. I hope I'll look for another picture that I've seen on the march that they had, in one of the posters that I had. I hope I'll get it. What they want to do, they want to overthrow our government. They are starting with the leaders of the ANC. Guys, if it is time to defend the ANC, I don't like some of the things that the ANC are doing, but if it's time to defend the ANC, it is now. If it is time to defend the ANC, let me tell you, they want to divide us. And let me tell you, they can only function when we are divided. They can't function if we're not divided. If it is time for us to unite as black people, because we can see what these people are doing. Sometimes I sit and ask myself, how does DA become the second biggest party in the country? Think about it, guys. How do they become the second biggest party in the country? The population of white people in this country, they're about maybe not even 8%. And let me tell you, and that population of 8% is spread out throughout all other parties. I'm talking about other white parties. So tell me, where does the DA get the votes? Where does the DA get the votes to become the second biggest party in this country? Because their votes are divided. They're only 8% of this country. How do they become the second biggest party in this country? There's something that is not making sense here. And we need to start questioning this. Because let me tell you, there is no ways that DA in this lifetime that we can get power. Because let me tell you, they're just there in the door, knocking. And you ask yourself, who are the people who are voting for DA? Because let me tell you, there's a lot of parties that is fighting for that 8% also. We need to question this, guys. We can't keep quiet and pretend it's like, yeah, they are the second biggest party. Because let me tell you, I'm starting to see them as a threat of our democracy. How many things that have been going on since this GNU started? It is time, maybe, to remove them. Look, at this moment, to be honest, I don't care if the ANC goes form a GNU party with the MK and get other parties to join to become a GNU. Because they're not helping. These people are supporting Trump. They're against BRICS. They're against whatever, everything that we're doing in this country, they're against it. Now they want to overthrow our government. Because let me tell you, they're hiding behind this AfroForum. They are literally hiding behind this AfroForum. Don't be surprised when you find out that they're busy partnering. They've said nothing. Even if they've said nothing, even about Orania. Whatever's happening in that village or whatever's happening there, it's a threat to our democracy. It's a threat to whatever's happening in this country. It's a big threat. We must talk about it, and we need to stop these people, whatever they're doing. Look, if we have to go build squatter camps around there to show them that we can, we should go there, build squatter camp around that village called Orania. They should be surrounded by squatter camps. And there should not be no more land that is sold to them. Because you can see what they want to do. They want to divide the country. Because whatever's doing, it's against our laws of this country. But somehow they're allowed to do whatever they're doing, and our leaders and they're saying nothing about whatever is happening there. They're saying a black person cannot buy a property there, you can't stay there. In our own land. This is our land. We still have racist groups who tell us where to buy land, where not to buy land. They will not allow you there to get to buy land because you are black. We should not allow this. Our government should not be allowing AfroForum and this Orania and this nonsense that is going on in our country. We're going through a lot, and they're putting salt into whatever we're going through. We cannot allow these things, guys. This group of AfroForum who went to the White House, when they get back to this country, they should be arrested. We want to hear the whole South Africa calling for these people to be arrested, because we cannot allow at what point do we stop these people to stop what they're doing? Who elected them? Who sent them there? What are they discussing there? They could be planning worse things that we don't even know what they're planning there. We have seen how Donald Trump has been acting. We have seen how this Elon Musk has been acting about our country. We cannot allow this. Our government cannot allow this. We cannot sit and watch, guys. We are calling for our government to act on this AfroForum, to show them who is running this country. It's like there's two groups that are running this country. It's like there's a GNU and there is AfroForum, and there's this part of some of these people from GNU who are supporting this. And I'm also disappointed with Gayton McKenzie. Supporting Donald Trump with all these things what Donald Trump is saying. I don't want to lie. I am super disappointed about this Gayton McKenzie. I supported him, but the guys, please don't involve me with Gayton McKenzie. I apologize. I supported him. I was the one chanting for him, but I apologize. I am done with Gayton McKenzie. I don't want to hear nothing about Gayton McKenzie. Yes, see, so many things that have been happening. There's another project that has been given to one of these Nigerians. A South African woman married to a Nigerian, awarded a project over it's almost 200 million. And what Gayton, what Kenukunen are not stopping this. They are part of this. We cannot allow this, guys. Gayton McKenzie have said nothing about that project. He has said nothing. literally said nothing. And you want me to keep on supporting him and chanting for him with whatever he's been doing? Going to meetings and going and have coffee with AfroForum? And I must sit and chant for him, and I must tell my people to vote for him? It is impossible. Some people now are starting to see the true colors, who they are. Please, guys, my apology. Please take my apology. I know I chanted for him, but with whatever he's been doing, having coffee with AfroForum, this organization that is trying to overthrow our government, targeting the ANC. I don't like the ANC, but when you see people trying to target them because of whatever agenda they have, we can't stand there and support that nonsense. He went there to America. He went there to the White House to push his narrative there. Afrikaner, racist Afrikaners. And when I'm saying Africans, I'm not talking about all of the Afrikaners. I'm talking about these racist Afrikaners that he represent. This AfroForum that they represent. I know it's not every Afrikaner that is racist. It's not Afro. We have seen many of them. They're not like these people. But this AfroForum, they cannot be allowed to continue to do whatever they're doing to this country. We don't know why, whatever they've been discussing at the White House, whoever they met, we don't know that. We were not there. It is our government who's supposed to be going to the house, to the White House. It is our government who's supposed to be going there to represent this country, not this mafia organization. Not this mafia organization who's trying to destroy our country. And we must sit and allow these people. We cannot allow this, guys. Guys, let me not make this video very long. This is not a video that I wanted to do, but I just thought, guys, we cannot allow this. We cannot allow this. This is not a video that I wanted to do. There's 2 videos that I wanted to do. But I had to do this video. But guys, I'll see you in my next video, man. Sharp.